It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Niners and the Buccaneers. All that and more coming up next.
This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, I know you're excited about this one. That's because it's shaping up to be a pass-heavy showcase for these QBs.
Kate, keep your eyes on the skies because that's where the offense and the fireworks are going to come from. We've heard from their teammates and coaches about the trust they have in these quarterbacks on the field to really steer these offenses. In a quarterback-driven league, that trust is essential to compete week in and week out, and we should have a good one today.
Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And we're off and running from Raymond James. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
Drive starts with a carry by White. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Running right, it's Irving. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Man in motion, headed right. 3rd down, here's Mayfield. Getting out to his left. He's running for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. First down, here's Baker. That's complete, Mike Evans. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Mayfield now from the gun. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Motioning one of the tight ends. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Hauled in by Godwin. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Diamador Lenore there on the stop.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Baker now off the play fake. Got his target. It's Otten. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. They're both quarterback and tight end. Went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope you have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Mayfield to throw again. He's on the... And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
'49ers stacking up the secondary. Look at that. They're in the dime. 3rd down. Baker now from the gun. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Buccaneers finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15.
Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
So the celebration can resume on that sideline. The touchdown stands. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. He'll take this at the 10. Finds some space, he's past the 30. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. So here come the 49ers now to take over for the first time. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him.
Finds his man. It's Ricky Pearsall. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Here's 2nd and 2. Complete to Pearsall. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Running back sent in motion. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
To throw again, it's Purdy. Pearsall there to grab it. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. From the gun is Purdy. The back grabs it. Touchdown, San Francisco. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers start off well to tie things 7-7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Kickoff taken at the 3. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Tampa Bay sending its offense out. Their second drive coming up. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They've got first down from the 31. Here's the give to Irving. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
From the gun, Mayfield finds his man. It's Godwin. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They kick the running back in motion. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
On the give, this is Irving. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Caught by Godwin on the slant. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Irving on the inside give. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, and the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that on the 1st down play.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Baker to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
As a quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. He gets him 3, and this brings up 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Right back to Irving now. Launches, and he's got it! Touchdown! The Buccaneers take a 2nd quarter lead. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Purdy gets this from the pistol. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. On the counter, McCaffrey. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. up to make that play.
You know, Kate, these are what I call the body blows. It's not a home run. It doesn't deliver a chunk play, but it's these runs of 1 to 5 that keep you on schedule and take a little bit of steam out of that defense.
On third down, Purdy. That's incomplete left side.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
It's a punt coming from the Niners on fourth down, and Mitch Wisnowski out to boot it away. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Collects this at the 32. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Buccaneers and Bucky Irving ready for their next possession. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. New set of downs for him at the 38. Irving here from the gun. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Once again, Irving breaks the tackle, still going. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
They'll send their tight end right. This one's taken in by Otten. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Second and 3 now. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Now here's Mayfield. Complete out to the right side. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. Into the secondary past the 40. And finally stopped at the 34. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They stick with McCaffrey. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. The 49ers pushing for a late spark before halftime. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's caught for the first. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. That finds Ayuk complete. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap for Purdy. This throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Purdy looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll throw it again. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. fullback trying to power it across. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he's in for the touchdown. The 49ers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one right down the middle. And the 49ers tie things up at 14. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Tucker now on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Bucs getting their offense out there just before halftime. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. First down, here's Baker. That's going to be caught by Evans. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Got his target. It's Otten. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 47. Finds him on the crossing route. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw again. No place to go, so he just threw it away. Field goal unit out there on 2nd down as they try for 3 here before halftime. From the left hash, this will be from 50. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here, Kate. Nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Back to throw it. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. Well, we've hit halftime here in Tampa, and the Buccaneers toting a nice lead into the locker room. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. We saw a strong first half out of running back Bucky Irving. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Returnable from the 1. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The 49ers offense ready to get to work to begin this third quarter. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, this third phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this second half.
Completed here to McCaffrey. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun is Purdy. This is reeled in by Juwan Jennings. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running back sent in motion. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
From the gun, Garindo. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Just short on third down, no gain on the run, and now what will they do on 4th?
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. Tampa Bay are ready to head out to the field. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Mayfield now from the gun. Completes this one to Otten. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Diamador Lenore there on the stop.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 16. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the gun, Mayfield. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Brown. And the 49ers take possession down inside the 30 after the interception. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts in too many possessions.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Purdy to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Purdy. Brought in by Ayuk. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Rolling left. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Sacks in the red zone, it just can't happen. And I know some of this goes back to the drilling that I've had from coaches for so many years. Touchdown and check down, touchdown and check down. You get in the red zone, you've got to get rid of the ball. The last thing you can do is take a sack down in the scoring zone.
Fourth down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. Moody knocks it through, and that will tie things up in the 3rd.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Tucker now on the return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he reaches the 35 before going out. Second and 6 coming up here. They send the tight end in motion. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. They kick the running back in motion. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. So that brings up fourth down.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. No return on that punt. And the 49ers will go on offense. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. That finds Ayuk, complete. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Play action now with Purdy. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
Purdy on 1st down. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now a give. It's McCaffrey headed right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a 49er 1st down.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of gain.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Short pass brought in. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it or, in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Purdy throwing here. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And now it's 3rd and short.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Running back sent in motion. Left side secured by Ayuk. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. This game's still tied after 3, so we're going to decide things here in the 4th quarter. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They toss to McCaffrey, running left. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They motion the tight end over. On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And this run doesn't have the juice of that last one. He's stopped at the line. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Putting a receiver in motion. On 3rd down, Purdy. He brings it in. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal. Throwing from the gun. And got his man. That's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers take a 4th quarter lead. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal. And I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Fielded just shy of the end zone. This return makes it up to the 25. Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. On target to Godwin. And they get to him and touch him down. partner. It's 2nd and inches. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Got Evans, it's complete. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers are also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
I think everybody in the building was already thinking about the next play to run as they watched that short throw to the tight end. That's a gimme. You don't expect to see many of those dropped.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
3rd and short, Mayfield. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now a carry by Irving. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Baker now off the play fake. He throws a bullet to this big gain downfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This play goes for 36. And that will set up 1st and goal.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Working inside the red zone. He's got it. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers now trailed by just a point in the 4th. Mike Evans with the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Brings in the kick at the 9. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The 49ers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. Going run again with McCaffrey. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. He's got time here. He has the first over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, as any quarterback is going to tell you, that's one of the most difficult things to do, knowing you're going to get blasted. That defender's coming right at you, but you got to throw an accurate ball. It does 2 things. Number 1, it strikes fear in the defense, and number 2, you gain respect of your teammates.
From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Shotgun, handoff to Garindo. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10.
As a corner in this league, oh, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, McCaffrey. Down the sideline to the 45. And finally down right along that opposing 40. 16 yards on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. 49ers with a little more work to do to win it here. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Pretty throwing here on first. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the Combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
On first and 10, it's McCaffrey. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. A give left side to McCaffrey. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Tampa spends its second timeout now. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down. Handoff headed left to McCaffrey. And we just saw this movie. They stopped him again at the line. Jake Moody now in a high-pressure spot. 1 for 1 so far. This is from 40. That one is good! And late in the fourth, they have grabbed a lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. Here he is to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll get it up to the 44. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. He'll look to throw it. Hits him on the out route. And he's able to get it past midfield and down onto the 49er side.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw it. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. So it's a win for the visiting 49ers. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the 49ers. As with that, we sign off from Tampa.